I'd like you to think of negotiation as a question of how people divide a pie. You can think of the pie as a Boston cream pie, a lemon meringue, a cherry pie. The pie is going to be our image of what people are negotiating over. It's what's at stake. To illustrate what I mean, let's start with a situation where there are two parties, Abe and B, and they have something of size 9 to divide up, if they can agree. Were these two to be your stereotypical negotiators, you might expect things to go down as follows. Abe says, "I want the whole amount," and B responds, "No, I want the whole amount." Naturally, that's what they each want, but that's not really an argument. Each claim for the pie is equally valid or equally invalid. I think negotiation should be done using principled arguments. Simply asking for the whole pie isn't a principle. I want you to think of negotiation as more like a math problem than a tug of war. Thinking of negotiation this way allows you to be dispassionate and to better understand what's really at stake. Our first goal is to understand what the pie is. We'll stick with the example where Abe and B together can create something of size 9. Of course, the negotiation might not be successful. Thus, we also have to ask, what happens if this negotiation fails? In that case, Abe and B will go out and do something on their own. If Abe goes out on his own, we'll imagine he can create a pie of size 1 without any help from B. And B can create something of size 2 without any help from Abe. So now we have all the facts. Moreover, both Abe and B know all of this. Everybody knows everything. There's nothing hidden. There's no room for bluffing. All the cards are face up on the table. It may seem obvious that the two of them should reach an agreement, since the amount to be divided is much bigger than what they can create on their own. But to get there, they have to agree on how to divide it. Abe might propose what seems like the simplest and fairest solution of all. Just divide the 9 in half, so that both parties get 4 1/2. That's fair, right? B counters that she should get 6 while Abe gets 3. Why? Well, B is twice as strong as Abe. She is worth twice as much as Abe on her own, and so they should divide the pie into 3 equal parts. B gets 2 of the 3, and Abe gets 1 of the 3. That leaves 6 for B and 3 for Abe. I don't think either of these proposals is right. I think you have to look at what Abe and B can get on their own compared to what they can get together. On their own, Abe can get 1 and B can get 2. So really what they're negotiating over is not a pie of size 9, but a pie of size 6. Why is that? Well, if they don't reach an agreement, Abe and B can get 1 and 2 respectively. So their motivation for reaching an agreement is to increase their payoffs from 1 plus 2, which is 3, all the way up to 9. That's a gain of 6. And that's the pie. That is what this negotiation is about. Another way of saying this is of the 9, Abe can automatically claim a slice of 1. He doesn't need B's help to do that. And similarly, B can get something of size 2 without any help from Abe. If they decide to work together, that's another 6 that they can get, and here's the big point. Abe needs B just as much as B needs Abe to get that extra 6. B can try and make the claim, "Oh, I can get twice as much as you if we don't work together, so I have twice the claim to the pie. I want 4 and you can have 2 because I'm twice as strong as you." But if Abe says, "Nope, that doesn't work for me, I'm walking away," the whole extra 6 is lost. Similarly, if B says, "No, no, no, I'm not going for it," that 6 is also lost. At the end of the day, B needs Abe just as much as Abe needs B. Since they have equal power, I think they should split the 6 evenly. The real pie, the real negotiation, is about how to split that 6. When the two sides realize they're in a perfectly symmetric position, the 6 ends up getting split evenly, 3 and 3. What that means is Abe gets the 1 on his own, plus another 3 from the 6, or 4 in total, and B gets 2 on her own, plus another 3 from the 6, for 5 in total. Now, this example is simple in the sense that there's no uncertainty. Everybody knows what they're negotiating over, but it highlights the fundamental point that underlies all negotiation. What is the pie? Why are we having the conversation? What's at stake? In the real world, no one's going to say to you, you see this? This is the pie. In more complicated problems, people may not agree about what the pie is or try and keep some pie hidden, but the same principles apply. Indeed, the more complicated the problem, the more important it is to have a principle.